When looking for a strong Pokemon, there are a lot of things to consider. Abilities, type, move pool, but one of the most important aspects are the stats. The attack stat in particular refers to how much damage a Pokemon can deal with physical moves, and there are some out there with attacks so high that it'd blow your mind. So today on Game Rant, we're listing 10 of the Pokemon with the highest attack stat. To start, we have one that may astound many, Slaking. This Pokemon might seem too lazy to care about battles, but its 160 base attack begs to differ. The main thing that hinders it is its ability, Truant, which forces it to slack off and do nothing every other turn. Without it, this Pokemon would be a problem even for legendaries. Next, we have the Headbutt Pokemon, Rampardos. Introduced in Gen 4, this fossil Pokemon is physically the strongest rock type, with a base attack of 165. Unfortunately, in return for this insane stat, the rest of his stats are pretty low. This means the Pokemon can hit hard, but not much else. Next is a bit of a surprise, Banette. From the look of it, you wouldn't think this Pokemon was a strong physical attacker, but it has an impressive base 115 attack. Then, when it Mega Evolves, that stat skyrockets to a whopping 165. This, along with the fact that it's weak to very few elemental attacks, makes this Pokemon extremely tough to handle when fighting against it. Next is Gallade. As a fighting and psychic type with 125 base attack, this Pokemon is one of the strongest physical attackers in the game, but like Banette, its true power shows when it Mega Evolves. Its attack boosts to 165, and its speed increases as well, making it a quick powerhouse. Even when you take away the Mega Evolution, one of its abilities, Sharpness, increases the power of slicing moves like Psycho Cut and Sacred Sword. This turns Gallade from an overpowered gladiator into a buff samurai, waiting to take down its opponents. Next up is a legendary, Ice Rider Calyrex. According to lore, this Pokemon showed no mercy to those who got in its way, and it's easy to see that with its high stats. Out of all the ice types in the franchise, this is the strongest one with a whopping 165 attack. It may not be that fast, but it more than makes up for it with high defense stats. Who would have guessed that an ice type, which are known for being pretty frail, would be this dangerous? Following that, we have Garchomp. Introduced in Gen 4, this Pokemon is the pinnacle of hyper offense, with an impressive attack stat of 130. However, like others on this list, its attack skyrockets when it Mega Evolves. As Mega Garchomp, its attack goes up to 170. Coupled with its dragon and ground typing, this makes the Pokemon able to tank some hits and deal some insane damage. Following up at 4 is the mythical Pokemon Deoxys. Though its normal form is strong with 150 base attack, its attack form is the real problem. Introduced in Pokemon Fire Red, attack form Deoxys has an astronomical 180 base attack, and with an almost as high speed stat of 150, this Pokemon is a force to be reckoned with. But what's scarier is that there are still 3 more Pokemon that have more attack than this. Starting off the top 3, we have Kartana. This is an Ultra Beast that was introduced in Gen 7. According to lore, it was observed cutting down a gigantic steel tower with one stroke of its blade. With that kind of power, it comes in with 181 base attack. This makes it the Pokemon with the highest base attack stat. However, there are still 2 Mega Evolved Pokemon that have it beat. First one is Heracross. Normally this bug and fighting type has a base attack of 125. That's already pretty high. However, when it Mega Evolves, its attack rises to 185. But Mega Heracross also benefits from the ability Skill Link. This allows multi-hit moves to always land the max amount of times, making moves like Pin Missile deadly. And last on the list, we have Mewtwo. Yup, even though he's an OG from Gen 1, Mewtwo still has some of the best offensive stats in the franchise. In Gen 6, he was granted 2 Mega Evolutions. However, the one we're going to focus on is its X form. This form turns a legendary into a psychic and fighting type, with an absolutely astonishing 190 base attack. With power like that, Mega Mewtwo X doesn't just stand as the strongest physical attacker in the game, but also as a Pokemon with the highest base stat total. But that's it for today, folks. Let us know who your favorite Pokemon was from this list in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and see you all next time.